Amandla. Amandla. Viva EFF, viva. Haikule EFF, haikule. Tata EFF, tata. Tata EFF, tata. Thank you very much, leaders, members of the War Council, members of the Central Command Team, members of the Provincial Command Team, Mpumalanga Regional Command Team, members of the Student Command, Bishop Ralkholela and all members of the clergy, ambassadors present here with us, members of the media, our African traditional leaders, we respect you for being present. In particular, Nkosi Mlambo. I want to take this opportunity, Nkosi Mlambo, to apologize to you on behalf of the entire leadership of the EFF. I saw the pictures of the leaders of the EFF who came to visit you and gave you a sick cow. We don't work like that in the EFF because that is disrespect to our traditional leaders. And because we are sorry, Nkosi Mlambo, before I leave here, we will bring you 5 fresh kettles as a sign of showing respect and remorse to our traditional leaders. I will speak later about mediocre leadership that you must be aware of in the ranks of the EFF. Members of various political formations, in particular our friends in Liberia and Zimbabwe, members of branches and the ground forces of the EFF, people of Mpumalanga, all progressive forces who have joined us through social media, television, and all different types of broadcasting. Fellow South Africans, allow me to send a special greeting to the chairperson of the EFF in Mpumalanga, the most hard-working chairperson of the EFF in the whole of South Africa. This comrade has dedicated his life to our movement, and you will never doubt him, not even for a second. It doesn't matter how difficult the situation might be, you always find him on the ground. We want to appreciate his love for our movement. I want to greet our special guest, Mrs. Mazibane Mbata, the mother of the Secretary General of the EFF. She's here with us. Every time you see mothers amongst us, you should appreciate them. And all of you who still have mothers and grandmothers, appreciate and cherish every moment you share with them. Comrades, we are happy to be here in Mpumalanga, the province of Pixley Kaisaka Seme, the province of Gersibande, the province of Ray Piri of Stimela, the province of Jimmy Mutlala, who was killed by these corrupt leaders of the ANC. Comrade, it is in this province that the only secret political trial of former PAC leader Savania Mutupeng took place. Comrades, we are in Kanyamazane today. We followed those who came before us, who sang a revolutionary song, Kanyamazane Siyaya. We are not just going to Kanyamazane ourselves, we are here. Because Kanyamazane, it's a home of struggle. Lawfelt massacres happened here in the 80s. our people here confronted the regime and said they are going to fight until the dignity of black people it is restored. It is you, the people of Kanyamazane, who gave hope to all oppressed masses of South Africa that it is possible to fight the regime and defeat the regime. Comrades, we are here in a rotten province of Mpumalanga, not because the people of Mpumalanga are rotten, but because Mpumalanga, it is led by a rotten political party called the ANC. Mpumalanga produced a rotten deputy president called D.D. Mabuza. It is in this province where schools are collapsing. It is in this province where children are still falling in the pit toilets. It is in this province where our people still don't have clinics and they suffer illnesses. Our people in this province, as long as they are not members of the ANC, as long as they are not in the group of DD, they do not get jobs. For our children to work in this province, they must be supporters of DD Mabuza. Comrades, we are in a province where people are killed for tenders and no one gets arrested. We are in a province where tenders are given to friends of the politically connected, and when they are exposed, nothing happens. It is in this province where there is no single successful court case against a corrupt politicians. Yet Mpumalanga is the most corrupt province in the whole of South Africa. But I want to thank the people of Mpumalanga, because now the people of Mpumalanga can see the light. That's why they made the EFF an official opposition in Mpumalanga. The people of Mpumalanga have said to the whole of South Africa, we know what the EFF is doing national as an opposition. We want them to come to Mpumalanga and do the same. We are here to say to the people of Nkangala, Karsibande, Botlabela, Nhlanzeni, thank you for voting for the most progressive political party in South Africa. Thank you for voting for the only effective opposition in South Africa. Thank you for voting for a political party without white advisors. Thank you for voting for a political party that is owned by black people only, and no one can claim control and influence over this political party. Colin Sidibe, we are here to thank you, my brother, for having made us proud. When we thank you, we are thanking your collective. The people of Mpumalanga said to us, we want to see what is happening in Johannesburg and Tshwane, because we saw you in Tshwane insourcing workers even in Johannesburg. We saw you in salaries of the poorest in Tshwane and Johannesburg. We want that to happen here in Mpumalanga. Therefore, we are going to vote for you. We have seen you, the EFF, building houses for people in Limpopo, in Northwest, in Eastern Cape, in KwaZulu Natal. Yet, you are not government. We want to see you doing the same here in Mpumalanga. That's what the people of Mpumalanga have said to us. They said to us, we are making you an official opposition because you love education. We don't care what they say about you. They can label you. They can say all the nonsense they say about you. But your love for education is what makes you EFF attractive. We love educated people. We're tired of illiterate leaders like D.D. Mabuza, who think you want a tax clearance certificate to be a businessman and to engage in illicit financial flows. We don't want such illiterates who specializes with smoking. Everything that they come across, they smoke it. Comrades, the people of Mpumalanga, Colin, have said they want people who expose corruption. They don't want people who sleep with corruption. They don't want people who protect corruption. They are poor as they are because of corruption that is taking place here in Mpumalanga. The people of Nkangala, they are still queuing, looking for water. They want water in their homes. They will never get water because the corrupt leaders of the ANC steal everything and smoke everything they see. Now, DD has smoked the money that was supposed to be given to people of Mpumalanga. Comrades, how can you be proud to run a province out of 21 municipalities? You only have one municipality with a clean audit. If you don't know how corruption looks like, go and check the Auditor General report about the municipalities here in Mpumalanga. Only one. The rest are corrupt. The rest are run from DD's farm, and they do not follow the procedure. Those municipalities today do not have a clean audit because they follow illegal instructions. I speak to you now. A municipal manager in Mbombela is resigning because they are refusing to carry illegal instructions of politicians not to follow the law and the procedures. That's why Mbombela has been having a mayor after the mayor. People are refusing to carry the instruction of Ngrai, of not following the procedure, of not following the law. Ngrai thinks he's untouchable. Ngrai steals everything in this province, particularly in this region. When you speak about Ngrai, they follow you at home at night. Ngrai can talk to Polly van Veek of Mail and Guardian. They can give him my address of Daily Maverick, rather. They have my address. Give Ngrai my address if he thinks he follows those who speak up about him. Tell him to visit me. I will reduce him to nothing. He will come back here, not facing the direction of the N4. He will be looking up there because we have no time for criminals. We deal with criminals decisively. Mpumalanga people, let us reclaim Etlanzeni, let us reclaim Butlabela, let us reclaim Mbombela from the kitchen of Ngrai, from the kitchen of D.D. Mabuza. Let's return our departments into the hands of our people. Why do you glorify corruption? Why are you scared of the corrupt? Why are you not taking the corrupt head on? Because many of them are cowards. There's nothing wrong about cadre deployment. There is everything wrong with unprincipled cadre deployment, which is applied here in Mpumalanga. People without qualifications are hired to be senior managers, HODs to be municipal managers, yet they qualifications. The only qualification they have is a membership of the ANC. And even that is not enough. You must still join DD's faction when you are a member of the ANC. Otherwise, you will never work. ANC members are hired alone here in the branch meetings of the ANC. Even simple jobs of EPWP, Mpumalanga people are not given jobs. The jobs are given to ANC relatives and members. They even call them from outside Mpumalanga to come and work here. People are staying in the back rooms. Yeah, in Kanyamazane they say, "Siyacela, we want to leave the back rooms." We are asking for RDP houses. When they try to build houses of their own because the corrupt is not giving them RDP houses, 800 houses demolished in Nomzamo by this municipality, even when people are taking their own efforts. Mines are closing. Racism in the farms is growing daily. The whites of this place are so arrogant and disrespectful of black people. But you must whisper in their ears, we are here now. The EFF is the official opposition in Mpumalanga. People were banned, employees at Kruger National Park. Some died, some got injured. Till today, those people are not given a cent. Where is the government of the banned people? Where is the deputy president? Where is the minister? Where is the MEC? When the people survived fire, yet they've got no one to say to them, sorry. Here is a compensation. We regret what happened. All those who died, all those who burned in that fire, they are forgotten. They are only going to be remembered on the day of voting. Comrades, 3 mine workers are still trapped in Lily Mine. Their families are still here. The security of mining in South Africa, safety in mining in South Africa is not a priority, especially in Mpumalanga. As long as politicians are line-upping and getting money, mine can mine even when safety is not a priority, as long as they get their money. Comrades, fellow fighters, we are here 6 years down the line. Why are we here? We are here because some nonsensical thing happened 367 years ago. The Dutch arrived here. The Dutch took our land. The Dutch fought with the Khoi and the San. And when they fought with the Khoi and the San and defeated them and converted them into slaves, they went up the north. Every indigenous person they came across, they conquered and killed our people. That's how the white people established themselves in South Africa as a superior race. That's how, after defeating the Xhosas of Hintsa, after defeating the Zulus of Techayo, the Basotho of Mushweshwe, the Bapedi of Skukuni, they thought they were now powerful. They can control everything, including the air we breathe. We are here today, fighters, not because there is anything special about us. There is nothing special about us. We are continuing with the fight of our ancestors. A fight that started many, many years ago, 367 years ago. We are still fighting the same fight. Our ancestors will never rest in peace for as long as the white men still walk the land and pretend to be the owner of this land. They say they bought the land. We are not fighting. If you bought the land, produce the receipt. Where is the receipt of the bought land? Who sold the land to who? We want our land back. Comrades, 1994, we thought it was a turning point, only to realize it was the beginning of our problem. We are in more trouble now than we were before, because the ANC is collaborating with the enemy against its own people. When they went into COSDESA, when they adopted this liberal constitution, they knew very well that nothing was favoring black people. But black people, don't be disillusioned. On the 26th of July, a movement was formed. This movement was inspired by the July 26 movement of Cuba. We are the children of Fidel Castro. We are the children of Winnie Mandela. No one can break us. The same way USA failed to break Cuba under Fidel's leadership, there is no one in South Africa capable of destroying this 26 July movement. Comrades, we are going to make sure that we follow in the footsteps of the undefeated combatants of Cuba. We must be disciplined like Fidel Castro, even when the bullies come after us like they did with Castro for more than 5 decades. Castro stood firm. Castro was never shaken by the USA. Even when Castro existed under the embargo, the economic embargo of the USA, Castro knew that the mission of the 26 July movement generation was to restore the dignity of Cubans and give them the true freedom. For as long as economic freedom it is not attained, all of us must never be shaken. Every time you get demoralized, every time you are in doubt, have a picture of Fidel Castro in your room, have a picture of Winnie Mandela in your room, look at them and say, they never gave up. Why must I give up? I'm going to fight until the attainment of economic freedom. Comrades, the knives are out. All racists are looking for the EFF. All the corrupt want to destroy the EFF, because the EFF is the only party in South Africa that is fighting for a black person. But we humbled the ANC, Papa. The ANC today, it is well behaved. Who thought you will see the ANC in power with less than 60% in parliament? Who thought the ANC will be out of power in Johannesburg, in Tshwane, in Nelstrom, in Tabazimbi, in Mogale City, in PE? We never thought the ANC one day will be at 50% in Gauteng. Why? Because they said they were going to rule until Jesus comes. Now, Dateral Kolela, Jesus asobui, but Jesus is visiting. He visited briefly in Tshwane and went back, and visited Johannesburg and went back, and visited PE and went back. So now they know that Jesus has got capacity to come back, because they never thought Jesus will come. Jesus came, visited, left to give them a warning, that if you do not change, I will come back permanently and you will be out of power. They said it will die after Jacob Zuma. It exists because Jacob Zuma is there. Hey, we fought Zuma. Zuma manje uhlelele enkandla is looking after cattle. Because of this EFF, asidlali la ku EFF masithi uPravin uzophuma, you must know uzophuma uPravin. Uyathanda kathanda. Hey Ramaphosa. Kabadengeno Ramaphosa. The EFF has not said as yet that Ramaphosa must go. We have not said that. And I'm not saying that today. But I'm saying to him, listen to the loud whispering. Otherwise, you'll follow your predecessor and go and look after cattle in Venda. If you're not careful, Ramaphosa, Pravin will go. The same way EFF said Trolip in PE will go, he's gone. The same way we said Malusi Gigaba will go, he's gone. The same way we said Ntanta Nene will go, he's gone. So Pravin Gordhan, let's tell you now, you can come with all white journalists. You can come with all Indian journalists. You can scream and kick. Your door is open. You are avoiding the unavoidable. The powerful have fallen. You are nothing. We are not scared of the cabal. You must ask Zuma. We humbled him. The only way Zuma can speak now, he has to record himself on a cheap cell phone and post that video. No more TV for Baba. Fedid, mukitwa the cards. Jamnandas, I want to warn you, as you are enjoying your curry at home, you must know the EFF has pronounced on you. Comrades, they said Zuma will go, EFF will be irrelevant. They said EFF is obsessed with Zuma. What did Zuma do to these people? This is personal between Zuma and Malema. That nonsense, they are repeating it today. They just replaced it with a name. It's no longer Zuma, it's Pravin. Why are they obsessed with Pravin? This is personal. They are scared of SARS. They are scared of the Hawks. Stop telling us about human beings. We're scared of God. Not even death can threaten us. We are not scared to die. How can we be scared of prison? How can we be scared of SARS? How can we be scared of Pravin? We are not scared of anything. Nothing can scare us. When we see an injustice, we go after it. We don't care whether the injustice is done by Zuma or Ramaphosa or Jamnanas. Black people, South Africans, black South Africans, you must unite. Because these people don't love us. Listen to what Polly van Veek says of Daily Maverick. She says, Pravin is innocent. This public protector is wrong. This public protector is corrupt. Then the following day, public protector says, Cyril Ramaphosa is like Pravin. Polly van Veek immediately changes the language. Now, if Cyril has done these things, he must take responsibility. Why? Because Cyril is a black African. They will never see themselves defending a black African. And to think that they are defending you, Cyril, because they love you. No, they are defending you because you allow the white monopoly capital to use you to lull black people. They don't, and you must know, Ramaphosa, we will fight for you. We don't care. Like during apartheid, a lot of people used to tell our leaders, you are sick, you are mad, how can we have a black president? It will never happen. They were not aware that they are oppressed. Like you, Cyril, you are not aware that you are used by white capital against your own. Why do you listen to white advisors? That's why they told you to establish a trust so that you can be a president. It's a white advice. Come here, let's advise you. We will give you a black advice which will not put you in trouble. You are in trouble because you listen to white people. Your private office in the presidency is white, and the only black people in your private office is coloreds and Indians. You don't like Africans. They've made you to hate your own people so that they can use you. Ramaphosa, come back home. Love black people, trust black people, use black lawyers. You will see all your problems will be resolved. Comrades, the EFF is the only party that has been growing even after Zuma left office. They said when Zuma goes, they will not have any issue to talk about. Look at us now. We are cruising nicely. We are enjoying life. We are going to be enjoying the pubs and the wines here at Kanyamazane Stadium. The enemy is watching. When you dance later, dance like the enemy is watching, so that their hearts can be sore. In 6 years, we are still here. We are here for many years to come. Why? Because we are fighting for black people. Children have spoken here before me from the Student Command. Student Command, we congratulate you and wish you well. Go and fight for our children in the universities. We want free education in TUT here in Nelspruit. We want free education in UNISA, in the Mpumalanga University, in all the TVET colleges here in Mpumalanga. Our children must go to school free of charge. They must not even pay registration fee. Registration fee for who and for what? Let the doors of learning be open to all. Comrades, I have a big problem with you South Africans. Your hatred of women, it's a big problem for me. The way you are abusing women, the way you are beating up children, the way children are being raped. Now you are even raping gogos. Now you are even killing gogos. Comrades in the EFF, you must say enough is enough. It stops now here at Kanyamazane. This crime against our beautiful African women must come to an end. Why do you declare war against your women? Why do you declare war against people who have carried this country on their back? We are what we are because these women have carried us. Why the hatred of women? Who said you must kill these women? Who said you must hate these women? Because all we were told and taught to love our mothers and our women. If you are in the EFF and you abuse women, you are a coward. Even when you die, we will not bury you with a flag of the EFF. Anyone that gets killed in the EFF, anyone that dies and has got a history of beating children and beating women, fighters, ground forces, do not go to their funerals. Do not wrap their coffins with the red flag of the EFF. The red flag, it is not for the cowards. The red flag is for the revolutionaries. The red flag is for those who fight for justice and not those who make others suffer. We don't want people who inflict pain on women. It doesn't matter, Chief, whether a woman comes and beat you up with a varam club. Don't retaliate. These people have been oppressed for a very long time. Triple oppression, you don't know what they are going through. Even me, I don't know. Even in my house, I don't know. I just comply. Just comply and follow what these women are saying. They suffered a lot, and therefore we have no responsibility, none whatsoever, to fight back when women are fighting against the pain they've gone through. Comrades, this continent of Africa must be one. I hear you saying, he says, the borders must be open. The borders must be opened. Because borders are opened for white people. When there is a white person from Mozambique who can't even speak English, you welcome them. When there is a brother from Mozambique into Nelspruit, you call them names. Yet you don't call white people names. There is no Mozambique here. There is no Swaziland here. There is no Lesotho here. There is no Botswana here. Zambia or Namibia. There is no Zimbabwe. There is Africa, the continent of our ancestors. We were divided. We were divided by the colonizers. What type of a student activist are you? What type of a ground force are you? You say, I don't want colonialism. We want decolonization, yet you are supporting colonial borders in Africa. We don't want anything that looks like colonialism. We want to be one thing with our sisters in Tanzania, in Nigeria, in Egypt, in DRC, in Sudan, in South Sudan, everywhere else in Africa. We don't want passport, we don't want visa, we must move free of charge. Mozambique mo, let's can't the passport, they no theater. Why? We are one thing. Yeah? Moswati, yeah, is taking a lot of women for himself. Bafanas, I'm collapsing the borders. Go and contesting in Swaziland there. The borders must be collapsed. We are one thing. This continent is one. I am a Zimbabwean. I am a Nigerian. I am a Tanzanian, because African brothers everywhere where we are victims of racism and colonialism. They don't care whether you come from Mozambique or South Africa, you are black, they hate you. The best we can do, solidarity amongst Africans. Let us hold each other's hand. Let us protect each other against colonialism. I saw a video of some police harassing a Nigerian in Sandton. I want to say to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, those police do not represent us, and they do not represent the South African police services. Those police, they must be dealt with there must be discipline for harassing a person simply because this person is a Nigerian. It must come to an end. Some fool is going to say, but these Nigerians are committing crime. Fine. If Nigerians are committing crime, a lot of them are in Hillbrow. Why are the soldiers not in Hillbrow but in Cape Town among South Africans? There are no soldiers on Nigerians. There are no soldiers on Mozambicans. There are soldiers